to cross over the bridge from Elwyn Forest into Westfall. An expanse of farmland forsaken by the kingdom of Stormwind. To leave childhood behind and become a man. Or in this case, a woman. Hello everybody and welcome to Warcraft Sundays. We are playing World of Warcraft Classic. I'm recording this on the Tuesday night because I wanted to do this first steps in Westfall for my first episode. This will hopefully be a regular feature. The length is going to vary massively. Some nights I might just do an entire dungeon run or what have you. Yeah, we'll have to see how it develops. I'm going to sort of play this one by ear, but we're over here. A few of you have said, you know, we'd like to see maybe an RPG. Well, I thought, why not an MMORPG? So here we are. Where are we? We have two quest givers here. Let's see what you have for me. It was horrible. Verna woke me up when she heard a ruckus in the field. The fields were full of hooligans. We left in a rush, and I forgot to pack my pocket watch. Verna's pa gave me that watch on our wedding day, and I feel just sick knowing what those thieves have it. I left the pocket watch in the wardrobe at the farmhouse. Look for the field of pumpkins to the west. You can't miss it. If you bring it back to me, I'd sure be grateful. I'm sure you will be. Farmer Fullbrow wants you to retrieve his pocket watch. Yeah, I know the quest. And we get not the most exciting quest rewards ever, but
see you around.
Well, we'll go for it.
How are you?
Verna Fullbrow. Two quests. My God, we are spoiled. I never thought the day would come when I'd leave the farm, but the fields are overrun with thieves, and it's far too dangerous for us here now. As soon as Farmer Fullbrow gets the wagon fixed, we'll be on our way. Maybe you could do me a favour. Let me scribble down my recipe for Westfall's stew. Please take it to Summer Soldine over on the farm yonder. The Soldine farm is just beyond the fork in the road. Okay, I can do that, and...
Hello.
Poor old Blanchy, such a tired beast after all the work we put her through. I fed her before we left the farm, but we weren't expecting the wagon to break on us. If you could bring her a few handfuls of oats from the fields, I'd be grateful. I bet you could find some around all of the farms in Westfall. If you can steer clear of those horrific machines that have taken over, there are several farms southwest of here. Okay, a slightly improved bunch of rewards here.
Safe travels.
And there's old Blanchy. Oh, didn't mean to click that.
See you later.
There's old Blanchy. Oh, one of the most iconic World of Warcraft characters, and it's a horse. Let's get going with this. So yeah, World of Warcraft Classic. Been just so excited for this. I can't put it into words. Really, really was looking forward to this. I started playing World of Warcraft back in the days of the Burning Crusade, the first expansion pack. Played through Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Mr. Pandaria. I was sort of playing on and off all the way through that because I had a few cash flow problems at that stage of my life. Well, I was young, which is the long and the short of it. So I didn't really get much raiding done. A little bit in Burning Crusade, a little bit in Wrath. Hello, you've got a quest. The Killing Fields. Someone's levelled. Look at what has happened to this place. These lands were once occupied by good farm folk, but the damned thieves have driven them off. Not me, though. It seems some harvest watchers have taken over the fields. If you're up for their work, I'd like you to go out and kill 20 of them. Come back when you're done for your pay. If you finished up with the ones in my field, clear them from the neighbouring fields as well. Nothing especially there for me, but I'm sure we can sell some of it. So yes, this is my character, Catriona. She's a paladin. For those of you not familiar with the genre, a paladin is a holy warrior. Basically, throughout Warcraft, I've developed like a character for each of the classes. And I started with a rogue, but after I finished playing retail Warcraft, I started playing private servers for a bit, and I sort of switched over from my rogue character to my paladin character. I got bitten by the healing bug. So this is my little paladin, Catriona. Still got some very basic gear on her, but I'm sure we can solve that problem as time goes on. We're already level 10. I do have a single-hander and shield equipped. I'm not going to try and go as a tank with this paladin, because for those of you who don't know, paladins aren't that good at tanking in vanilla Warcraft. But this one-hand mace is sort of like was the best DPS weapon I could get, and I can't dual wield, so I thought just have a shield on there for the extra armour.
Hey
Let's
there.
hand this quest in. Westfall Stew. I'm going to miss that Verna Fullbrow so much. I suppose you happened to see her on your way here. Well, as it happens, funny you should mention it. That Verna was always such a sweet lass. We'll miss her here in Westfall, but between you and me, she's a city girl at heart, and Stormwind will suit her just fine. Put the dentures back in. But enough gossip. Now we can make Westfall Stew. Yummy. Westfall Stew. How to make some Westfall Stew? Come back with the following ingredients. 3 stringy vulture meat, 3 Gortusk snouts, 3 Murloc eyes, and 3 okra. I've lost my appetite suddenly. Yes. A little bit. Get some of that. We can learn that stuff there for us to sell.
Safe travel.
Money is tight in vanilla
Well met.
Warcraft. Gortusk liver pie. The onions are peeled, the garlic is minced, the rosemary is crushed, the crust has been baked, the dillweed is chopped, the gravy is simmering. Now all I need for my famous meat pie are 8 Gortusk livers. This is sounding slightly more appetising.
Farewell.
So we've got a few quests here we can do. Still a couple to do in, 3 to do in Stormwind. But I'm just going to get started here in Westfall. Lovely stuff. So I think the other first one, I'm going to go up to Sentinel Hill, which is sort of the, I don't suppose you could call it the capital, the command point, the central bit, the focal point for this zone. That's probably the better way to phrase it. So yeah, as I said, recording this on the Tuesday, I did sort of partake of the launch last night, which was just, oh, that was madness. It took me about 20 minutes to get into the game. And this is one of the sort of the medium level population realms. There were some of the. This is a PvE realm. I play PvE, always have done, and now I just don't have the time to sit around and be ganked anymore. It makes it sound like I used to play PvP, which I didn't. I just prefer this. You just get into the PvE content, of which there is plenty. But at the moment we are reporting to Grind Stoutmantle. But yeah, that was just ridiculous logging in.
What can I do for you?
Report to Grind Stoutmantle. Ah, so my friend sent you here. How kind. Well, the Stormwind monarchy has abandoned our cause. Now it is up to the People's Militia to keep the land free from corruption. If our cause interests you, I can put your combat skills to use in the name of freedom. The People's Militia has but one goal, to defend the lands of Westfall and return peace to our surroundings. Unfortunately, the price of peace is often blood. One of my scouts has brought word of a band of Defiance trappers wreaking havoc nearby. I have reports of Defiance trapper sightings near the Jangalo mine to the northwest, as well as the Molson farm and Furlbrow's pumpkin farm. If you seek to join our ranks, slay 15 Defiance trappers and 15 Defiance smugglers, then return to me.
For the Alliance.
Okay, we will do that.
What can I
You
do
matey
for
boy,
you?
Stormwind has abandoned us. A foul and a depravity rustles through the plains of Westfall. This is my homeland, and I will not turn my back on the citizens who choose to remain here. We, the former farmers, shall make our stand. Your task, should you choose to accept, is to patrol the grasslands of Westfall. Track down and slay the vile gnolls that seem to be working in conjunction with the Deadmines thieves. Bring me 8 gnoll paws and I will reward your bravery. Not with anything that good, I notice.
See you around.
This is the quest I wanted. Where are we?
How are you?
Swift message. Although we don't get much aid from Stormwind directly, I do have a contact in the city who helps supply us with armor. His name is Osric Strang. His shop, Limited Immunity, is in the old town of Stormwind. Our supply of armor dwindles and I must contact Osric for more. Can you take him this note? The fastest way to Stormwind is through Thor, our Griffin Master. He's just down the hill. Bring him my note, and then take a griffin to Stormwind.
See you later.
Good stuff. How are the bags doing? I bought 3 bags. I know some WoW players might be rolling their eyes slightly at that. I did only mean to buy 2, but the last 2 I sort of accidentally clicked twice, and yeah. But I still haven't had any of them drop. I mean, we'll get the 4-slot bag from the quest we picked up not that long ago.
What can I do for you?
New flight path, swift message. You look like you're in a hurry. Well, then you've come to the right place. You've got to get this note to Stormwind. That's not a problem. You can take one of my griffins. That's kind of your job, mate, so I hope so. For a small fee, you can take a griffin to Stormwind so you can deliver Lewis's note to Osric. You won't get that faster any other way. If that sounds acceptable, then just speak to me again when you're ready to ride. And so on and so forth. This is just a very basic get back to Stormwind, drop some stuff off.
Have a good one.
Just go back and forth for a bit. Relatively easy quest. And request stop. A feature that wasn't in the original World of Warcraft, but they've sort of kept in for this version. What was I saying? Yeah, logging onto this game yesterday, it was just madness. When you finally did get in, of course, the starting areas were just packed. You've just got easily 100 people trying to fight over a very limited number of mobs, and you just couldn't get tagged because Warcraft uses the system where, you know, the first person, or at least this version, the first person to do damage to an enemy is the only person who can get credit for the kill, can actually get the loot and the experience. And so there's just some very simple killing quests to start off with in the human starting zone. But everyone was... It just took an age. I did group up. There was a group of 5 of us. So we shared the mob tags, and it still took an age. And that was just the kobolds, and then you have to go to the Defias thieves in the vineyard fields, and... Yeah, it took a while. Eventually we got it done, then we had to go kill Garrick Padfoot. Again, for those of you who aren't familiar with the game, at the end of every starting area, where you get to about level 5 or 6, I'm not sure every starting area, certainly the human starting area. There's like a little mini-boss called Garrick Padfoot. And I'm just going to run through here, through the streets of Stormwind, over to the canals, and into the old town to deliver our little message to Osric at his little shop of limited immunity. It's a great name for an armor shop. But no, going for Garrick Padfoot was just... It was a queue formed. I've got some footage of it, which if you've watched it, you'll have seen in my 200 subscriber video. But yeah, there was this people queuing up nicely to slaughter Garrick Padfoot. Everyone grouping up, so of course the queue moves as fast as possible. Osric Strang, I presume.
What are you looking for?
Continue to Stormwind. You've been travelling, eh? Have you been anywhere interesting? Up to my eyeballs in Knolls and other players just earlier today, but that's by the by. Ah, a note from Quartermaster Lewis. I'm not surprised he needs more gear. Sentinel Hill is far away and a land Stormwind has all but forgotten. Well, thank you, Catriona. Here's some money to cover your travel costs. Catriona, I gathered into this crate everything Lewis asked for. Can you take it to him? If you've already spoken to Thor in Westfall, then you can take a griffin back to him. Dungar Longdrink, great name, is our griffin master over in the trade district. Speak with Dungar. Yeah, we don't want our fighting men and women in Westfall to go without fresh equipment.
Have a good one.
Yeah, this is the how to use a griffin master kind of quest. So pretty simple, but I thought it would do well for just this the sort of style of video I had intended on making. I did consider, actually, talking about realms, I did consider going on the RP realm, the role-playing realm. I mean, I don't want to particularly role-play, but apparently it's a nice atmosphere. You don't have to role-play. And you don't get the, well, you don't get those names. You don't get the meme names sort of everywhere. Which, it's just the sort of thing I like. I like sort of kind of indulging in that fantasy setting, but I thought, you know, it was a bit of a toss-up, but in the end I decided to go with the normal PvE realm. I'm on the Pirewood Village server if you want to come say hello, on the EU servers, of course. I say the Pirewood Village server, I should say the Pirewood Village realm. Is that sweat on your brow, ma'am? You've been running too much. Next time, take a griffin. Well, if you did run over to that guy's shop, I might have done. Where are we? A crate for Westfall, eh? Have you been to Westfall before? If so, then it's no problem, my friend. I have plenty of griffins trained to fly that route. Why would it matter if I've been to Westfall before if you've got plenty of griffins? Ah, never mind. The Griffin Master in Westfall is Thor. If you've spoken to him before, then you can take one of my griffins to him. That's a good lesson to know. Griffins are always trained to fly to their capital city, but they'll only take you to a remote Griffin Master after you've already been there. You've already been to Thor, so just speak with me again when you're ready to take a griffin to Westfall. Once there, you can deliver Osric's crate to Quartermaster Lewis.
Go with honor, friend. King's honor, friend.
If you wouldn't mind too much.
For the Alliance.
Cheers. Yeah. So as I said, got everything done in the starting zone yesterday. Got to level 6. Went and did the just check the name. Fargodeep mine. It's the first time I died on this character. I mean, even today there was still massive queues of a few thousand to log in. So it took me the best part of an hour. But yeah, I think I was level 6 or 7 when I logged out yesterday. I think I was level 6. Could even have been 5. I don't know, don't quote me. No, I would have gone and done the Fargodeep mine quest, so I may well have been level 7. It's not important. But even today, queuing up, and that's on a medium pop server, just some of the PvP realms, just absolutely ridiculous. It's almost glad I'm not playing on a PvP realm just for that. Blizzard, of course, have been just chucking up new realms left and right, and centre to try and cope with the demand. But 1.2 million people watching this launch on Twitch at its peak, which is obscene. Just on classic Warcraft streamers. I mean, even as you're walking through the Elwyn Forest.
Hey there.
Hello, Mr. Lewis. I've returned with your stuff. I'm back from Stormwind. Did Osric send the armour? I presume I've got a massive box under my arm, so take a guess. Great, you brought the armour. We'll get this divvied to those who need it immediately. Thank you, Catriona. Your efforts have been a great help to us, and now that you're no stranger to griffins, I hope you'll come and lend your aid to Sentinel Hill often. Well, I'll give it a crack. Oh, I know what I should have done.
See you
Because that's a
later.
fair amount of silver. I would like at some point to get a better weapon. And I'm leveling as a blacksmith. That will raise a few eyebrows, particularly being a paladin amongst seasoned Warcraft players, but I do have a plan. I do have a long-term plan here. I mean, just in sort of for the moment, we could go get that. We'll need some ingredients. It's going to be a little bit of cash to get to Stormwind and back, and that's where all my stuff is at the moment. What to do. We could just start grinding some mobs. I've got that to do, but that's all. That quest there, that coincides with the Paladin quest you get at level 12, so I'm going to go and finish that all off, along with another quest over in Elwyn Forest, over in these easterly regions. So I suppose the quickest thing to do would be to just go and start hitting on some defiance. Or do I want to get the gnolls first? Do I want to go south, do some Murloc, see if I can get Captain Sanders' quest? If this is all nonsensical, if you've never played the game before, then, well, first of all, get it and play it. But secondly, don't worry about it. There's kind of like quite a famous quest line that involve that's sort of triggered by a piece of loot that drops from some murlocs. Murlocs are these little fishmen, and they have this interesting little cry when you first aggro them, which I'm sure you'll hear any minute now. But we did get patrolling Westfall Knoll Paws. That's orange, but there are some pretty tame gnolls down towards the south. I might do the People's Militia first. That orange quest text has put me off. It's been so long since I've done this. I mean, if I could remember this a bit better, I'd have probably known which one to pick there, but we'll just play it safe for the moment. There's a little wolf up there. He's probably quite high level, so I'll give that a wide berth. But yeah, even questing earlier today was ridiculous because there's just far too many people for the actual enemies. Talking of gnolls, there was a quest early. Hogger. Hogger is an incredibly famous quest amongst vanilla Warcraft players. And just people virtually queuing up for it. You going to invite me to your group, or are we just going to do our own thing? Oh, it's still the case here. Just Thank you. And the other guys hit him, so he's got aggro. I mean, that's a nice thing. So thank you very much. Yeah, I'd probably be in trouble if it wasn't for this help, actually. Really should keep an eye on the mob level there. Level 13 mob, and I'm level 10. Should be a good lick of experience. I'm not that far away from level 11 either. Cast a bit of down-ranked Holy Light. So as a Paladin, I can heal myself. It's one of those classes... the Paladin's one of those classes that's a bit of a jack-of-all-trades, master of none kind of thing. Yeah, it's looking like... Yeah, everyone's just stacking in this area to get this early quest done. Yeah, as well as Hogger earlier, there's a quest where you have to kill some of the gnolls that surround him, and it's just everybody just there waiting to try and tag a mob as soon as they could, so they could actually get credit for a kill and get the loot. Because it's one of the it was a piece of loot you have to get from each of the bodies. Look at this; it's deserted. This little section here, just short of the farm, where you see the harvest watchers. Evil little mechanical beasties. This should be jam-packed with these Defias mobs. The Defias are this sort of shadowy group that in the on the human storyline you sort of have to deal with very early on. And then the early human story is basically, up to about level 20. It's sort of working out who this group are and what they're doing and what their motives are, and then once you hit 20, basically you cut off. It's cut off from a sort of a single continuous narrative, and you're sort of thrown out into the wider world. But it's a fun little storyline whilst it lasts. There are some of these mobs a bit further south, so let's see if we can track any of them down. And they're quite close to that group of gnolls, so we can also go and see if we can down some of those. There's a mine over there just beyond those hills, so we can also have a look, see if we can do anything with them. That little pocket watch quest is in that house there, but it's usually actually, hang on a moment. With everybody just packing into the area, there's probably... Yeah! You can just waltz right in and take the quest object. Thank you very much. Lovely stuff. Oh, it's good to be back. It is good to be back. I mean, as I was saying, I'm playing on and off through the first 4 expansions. Is there any? Should be looking for oats as well. Oh, and the gnolls, look at them. Everyone's just tearing into them as well. There's a little camp there that's virtually abandoned. Some people just finishing them off. Oh, you're not looking too hot, matey boy. Let's see if I can fix you. There we go. Oh, I didn't heal much, did I? He's level 14. He's still got a fair old... Oh, I've aggroed one of them. I'm going to run away. Oh, is he a paladin as well? He's a paladin as well. He can sort himself out. He'll be fine. Taking on... Actually, they're level sort of 11, 12, 13. It's not going to take me many kills to hit 11 then, and that should make me reasonably more powerful. Ah, hello. Level 12, we can deal with level 12. But just it was disappointing watching the direction that Blizzard decided to evolve World of Warcraft in. Just everything became a lot more convenient, and for me, the fun lies in the challenge. And it's not as if the current retail version of Warcraft isn't challenging in its own way. Sometimes there's some mining nodes up here, so I'm just going to go up here and check. I've got find minerals on, so they should appear as little yellow blobs on my minimap. Same as the same as people who I can hand a completed quest in to appear as. I'm just going to go and hand that quest in quickly. What do I get from this? Ice cold milk. That's going to be good because my mana level is ticking up. I've got refreshing spring water to replenish it at the moment, but that's not going to cut the mustard. You get different levels of drinks. And this is the basic one, and then ice cold milk's the one up from that.
What can I do for you?
I can heal myself, so food's not really that much of an issue. My watch, thank you so much, kind lady. We are but poor farmers and we have lost our land, but please accept this reward as a token of our appreciation. Oh, we'll receive both. I thought it was one of those ones where it's choose one or the other, but no.
Have a good one.
And that takes us over. I'm still waiting to get to level 12 so I can get on that, on the Paladin quest. I'm leveling as holy, I'm leveling as my healing spec. Again, that's something that's going to raise a few eyebrows, but again, there's method to the madness. I may as well keep that around. You never know. Let's put you over here. Because eventually I want to get some buff food going, and when I get my cooking skill up. Ooh, I could be killing Gortusk, couldn't I? I need some Gortusk livers. And I need some stringy wolf meat. Let's not get the bags too bogged down just yet. Let's, oh! There goes the mining node. I'm guessing that's just respawned. And I guess that guy's trying to get to it. I'm afraid you will lose this race, my friend. And I will get the piddly amount of copper ore as a reward. What was I talking about? Yeah, the evolution of Warcraft. Everything was made that little bit more convenient. It was easier. As I said, retail WoW has its own challenges, but it's not... This is kind of challenging from the get-go. It's remarkably easy to die even in the starting areas. I mean, not many people do that, but it's not set up to be quite that difficult. But yeah, I mean, at this level, I could be taking on 2 or 3 of these mobs easy peasy, but yeah, you've got to pace yourselves. And of course, leveling's that much slower. I mean, I know there's not as many levels, but I mean, even then, leveling to max is still going to take you a lot longer. It's that different kind of challenge, and especially with the gear. I mean, getting your your pre-raid best in slot is a lot easier on the current retail version than it is in this game. I mean, here, just the slightest upgrade you have to fight for and work for and put effort in, and it's some people might not prefer that, other people will prefer that. Still, yeah. I might start working my way back to Sentinel Hill. I'll start killing gore tusks. You're going to get that one, aren't you? For the Gore-Tex liver pie. That's something entirely different. Just buff myself a little bit. No, I clicked. Thank you. Like with most characters, it's a pretty simple rotation this early on. I've sort of got 3 things to consider and Blessing of Might to buff myself with. And this is vanilla drop rates as well, so this is going to be... The drop rate for this is not going to be good, but... Ooh. First time. Good stuff. I haven't been to a cooking trainer for a while. Because you need to train your skills, you need to train new recipes before you can use them, and I still got the very basic ones. So I do need to seek out a cook before too long. Oh, this is a level 13 mob, and I'm level 11, so I should be... And I still haven't properly sorted out my key bindings. No loot from that whatsoever. So I still haven't... Yeah, I need to sort my key bindings out. I'll do that. I'll do that when I finish recording, so I don't have to just keep clicking. Oh, you little son of a... So I don't have to actually just keep coming down and clicking here. I can just do my my normal key binds. Because normally if I'm wanting to heal, I just... What did that do? Does that do anything? Oh, that does do something. Got an alternative little hotbar there, which I can switch between. Ah, I see. It does all you. Interesting. I think I already knew that. I think I just didn't remember it. But I mean, even just playing through this game for like, just as far as I have, I've noticed things I haven't noticed before. Like in Fargo Deep Mine, I've always just gone in and gone to the left and followed the route down. For those of you who don't know it, this won't make much sense, but there's a surprisingly large bit off to the right, just as you go in the upper entrance. And that was when I died for the first time. Gore-Tusk snout. Not a Gore-Tex snout. That'll be a little bit more chewy. Yeah, you can see lots of people also with the same quest. It's not quite as bad here in Westfall as it was in Elwyn Forest. But I mean, still, the Gore-Tusk corpses are... There's more corpses than animals. I think my strategy at the moment is just to grind in Westfall until I hit level 12 and then go do the Paladin quest, the remaining quests in Eastern Elwyn. I am not liking the way my health is going, so I'm just going to quickly heal myself. mean, that's one of the other things that people have been saying. Sort of, this is the more challenging right from the get-go with classic Warcraft is like your health and your mana. You go into current retail WoW, you go into the starting zone. Is a mage or a warlock or a priest. You start casting spells, and it just goes. It goes. Your mana bar goes ka-chunk, instant refill, ka-chunk, instant refill. In the current zones, it's like ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Oh, I can't do any more. I've got to fight hand to hand with gear that really isn't up to the task. But as I said, it's sort of part of the charm and the appeal. And the thing that's really been spoken about the most is the community. Because you're not just chucked together with all these convenient tools. If you want to go find a group for a dungeon, you don't just click something and the servers will match you to other people and all that. No, you've got to actually talk to people. And all the other technologies that have been introduced, like cross-realm zones and sharding, it just... Whereas, you know, on the more traditional realm here, the people you play with, I'm playing with today, are the people I'll be playing with for a very long time to come. What have I got here that's useless? Boar intestines, that is used for something, but I'm not going to do that quest. Hunting cloak, what have I got at the moment? 7 armor, let's go for that. It's a slightly different green cloak. Oh well, let's not turn our noses up at it. Mr. Bowyer.
You need something?
Do a little bit of repairing of the old gear. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into all that stuff in Classic. I think I'm going to, like, hold off on making a decision about a guild or something. And if I was playing Horde, I might have been tempted to go join Az's guild, Az from Heal versus Babyface. Another very prominent WoW... Well, I say another very prominent WoW YouTube. It makes it sound like I'm a prominent WoW YouTuber. I'm not, but I'm just saying there are a lot of them out there, and he's, you know, another one you may not have heard of. I, by no stretch of the imagination, consider myself just even anything bigger than a speck of dirt compared to some of these people. Some of the subscriber numbers they have, and also a big Warcraft Warcraft streamer as well on Twitch. So, right, let's go back, try and find some more boars. Let's get rid of you. Okay. Just see. There's one. There you are. No, don't grab him first. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, need to buff myself. Kill him. Kill him quickly. I'm playing as a Paladin. I'm not going to kill anything quickly. Particularly playing as Holy. Some of these fights are going to go on for ages. I mainly... I'm doing it again. I'm sort of instinctively doing my normal keybinds. Oh, that was close. Oh, that was a close fight. Chunk of boar meat. Do I have the recipe for that? Yeah, I'll go off and cook that at some point. Look at all... I mean, it's not as bad as it was in... Oh, that's just respawned. I'm not gonna... Let's go cast a bit of a downranked heal. I'm not gonna go straight into fighting something else when I'm still... When I had a bit of... Still a bit of a chunk taken out of the old HP. It's nowhere near as bad as it was in Elwyn Forest, but obviously you can still see there's barely enough actual things to kill for the people who are here. I've died twice so far. Once in, as I said, in Fargo Deep Mine. Once when I was doing the Knoll quests I mentioned earlier, I pulled a few too many than was good for me, and got pretty badly squished. I think I had 4 gnolls on me, and in Classic that's That's pretty much insta-squish, so yeah. Any more boars? Any more? Or boar, I should say. There's one. Oh, damn you. Damn you, Stinky. Yeah, as I said, not exactly names within the Tolkien-esque genre. But I've made my choice, I'll stick with it. Coming up to kill you. Yeah, I need a better weapon. What's my cash situation looking like? I can get the ability to use two-handed swords. I'm not using my judgment quickly enough here. There we go. When I say my judgment, that's an ability. Back off from you. Back off from you. Although you're only level 10. You're easier to kill than the... Yeah, sod it. I get to you before the other guy does. You're easier to kill than the gore tusks. Let's get you down. Start getting some wolf meat for that delicious sounding Westfall stew. And everything else has been killed. Now there's one. They are just about respawning quickly enough so that people have things to kill. I mean, not for the mobs I was trying to kill earlier, the Defias, trappers and looters. But I think a lot of people go for them early on. They're quite low level. I mean, he's level 13, so they're a little bit tough, but it's good XP for what it is. And tons of stuff there. As I mentioned, there is something you can make with... can I get rid of the quest? I can't hide that. You can make something from the boar intestines, but that's some request in the sort of in the dwarf questline equivalent of Westfall, but I don't think I'm going to bother getting that. The dwarf storyline, I should say, because they go from Moreau and then onto Loch Lowdown and onward into the wetlands. I'll just help this guy out a bit. There we go. There's one. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Before anyone else beats me to it. I was going to record this video last night. I actually did record for a little while, but in the end I was just having to concentrate so much on just being there. Just paying attention to mob respawns. You see, even now I'm just talking, I can't really concentrate on the cooldown of my judgment. But yeah, it just would not have made for a good video. So I'm recording something tonight instead. So I decided yesterday I'd do it when I was going into Westfall, and that turned out to be, the very next day. So how are we doing? Coming up on 45 minutes. I think I might leave the video there. Sort of on about the 45-minute mark. Come on. There we go. And a nice helpful little frostbolt from the mage. As I said, I'm not sure how long these videos are going to be. I mean, if I... Dead Mines, which is the first dungeon you do on the Alliance faction, I might do a recording of that, so that's probably going to be a long one. But well, we'll have to see. I'll try and do something every Sunday. As I said, the length probably isn't going to be set in stone, not like my or at least vaguely set in stone, like some of my other things. But no, I think we'll leave it there. I think coming up on 45 minutes, I think that's a good length. So yeah, that will be all for today. Do another one of these next Sundays. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you've played Warcraft, or if you're just curious, but. for now, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.